Okay, so this is how we found the electric box. Looking at that, you know, if you don't know a lot about electricity, you would think that that looked, you know, fairly normal. You would think, okay, maybe it needed, you know, some changing, but for the most part, this is how it was shoved in there.
Yeah, and all the lights were working at the time.
So when the electrician came, what was it that he did? Why don't you show us what he did?
Well, he was baffled that only one outlet worked in the whole house, and that all the lights weren't working. So he was testing everything with his meter tester, and he tested all the outlets, and there was power in here, but none of the outlets worked or the lights. So he was like, I'm totally baffled. So he went up here and he says, well, let me just check these wires, you know, and then finally he came and he just pulled this wire out, and he goes, oh, well, there's your problem. It's been cut. So then he pulled all the rest of the wires out, which we thought were all connected because they look perfect. And this one's cut also. Cut. They're all cut. So every single wire has been cut. Yeah, on both sides. So somebody stuck everything back up here
To make it look like,
make it look like it was still working, because everything was working while we were looking at the house. And this one,
every single one of them was cut. And
so
so
they've all been cut.
look at that, guys. Now tell us what
Looks like a fresh cut. I went up in the attic and I noticed right away, I looked at the junction boxes, and the wires coming out of the junction boxes were snipped and they were missing too.
Oh,
So not only were they cut, the wires were cut from the inside box, circuit breaker box, up to the ceiling. They were cut up top up there, but then the wire that ran across the floor to junction boxes was missing.
now tell them what our friend Todd told you yesterday, how that had to have taken quite a bit of time.
He said it seemed like for someone to do that, to take those wires and cut them, they would have had to spend a couple hours up there just snipping, and they couldn't get some of them. They couldn't get because they were nailed to the side of the 2x6s up there, so they left those.
Oh boy.
But all the loose ones they snipped and took the wire for that, and so I don't know.
Yeah.
People are crazy. You know?
Yeah, to think that they spent that much time trying to, you know, snip wire to get
Right.
copper, because apparently
Apparently, copper
it's worth a lot of money.
and that's the thing to steal.
So we wanted to just kind of show you guys exactly what has taken place here in the house, and how that part of it, we were hoping it wasn't going to be as bad as it was,
Yeah.
because
We were hoping that the wires were just snipped up top, and then
Right.
that could be reconnected.
yeah,
But there's all kind of wires missing.
so it's a
And-
complete redo.
Yeah, a friend of ours who's an electrician came and said, yeah, it pretty much needs to be a total
Redo.
for
Oh
electrical.
boy.
Yeah.
So what about here in the well house? Can you show us what took place there?
And then they snipped the wires right here on the water tank, hot water heater, and those are gone. And then in here,
This is the well house that we're in.
the well house,
Okay.
inside the well house has a panel, but you can see they snipped the wires right here, and
Oh gosh, look at that.
Well, they snipped the wires. Yep, they snipped the wire to this box also right here. See, they snipped this wire here, and they snipped this one here.
And then right behind you, I can see right there.
And then here's some more wires they snipped.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so they just had a snipping party. So we had to put in some new wire here to our well, into the
electricity in
pressure
here.
tank.
We don't know the extent of what they've done here in the barn, but as you can tell, they ripped the light out of there, snipped the wires there. Yeah, the electrician came in here, and I'm not exactly sure where the electricity is, but he said they snipped it. He was able to tell, I guess, over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as you can tell, they did quite an extensive job of destroying the electrical. Okay, guys, so we wanted to show you the extent of the damage. We ourselves did not know how severe it was until they went up there
Right.
last night, and
Yeah, one of the issues we had was we didn't have a final walkthrough
Yeah.
on the property, which we were wondering when is that going to be? You
Yeah.
know, when are we going to walk through before closing?
because we
And
had electricity up until
there was electricity on the property. All the lights were on, ceiling fans going,
yeah.
and before the close of the sale. And the night of closing, we got the keys, and we immediately came and changed the locks.
Right.
And we noticed that evening that the lights weren't on, and we
There
thought,
was no
well,
electricity. Yeah.
the owner probably
Shut it
off in his name, and so we can convert it over to our name, which is very reasonable.
Right.
And so we didn't think anything of it, and we didn't go look in the attic or anything. And besides, the breaker box was in perfect condition. All the wires are perfectly straight.
We thought maybe we tripped something,
Yeah.
or he had just,
But,
put it in his own name.
Right, and all the circuit breakers, nothing was tripped. So we thought, okay, he just turned it off, and we're going to put it in our name. That's no problem. But so we got a hold of the electric company a couple days later, turned it on in our name, and the light still didn't work. And so I called back the electric company, and they said, "Oh, the power is on. It says it's working." And so that's when we pursued to an electrician. And
Yeah, it's
all
taken
the
us at least this long.
yeah, it's taken
just
us
to get
30 days to
someone.
get an electrician because they're
Yeah.
all busy.
We were on a
So
waiting list for everybody, and finally we got a guy to come after his vacation. And
right. Every electrician we called, they were busy
Yeah.
for 3-4 months. And this man that we called in our hometown was nice enough to drop what he was doing and come on out and take a look for us. And so that's when he found out. Originally, we were just having him run electricity to the barn and light up the barn for us.
yeah.
And that's when he found out all the issues. And
So anyway, that's where we're at. And so what are we doing now?
we are talking with the realtor, the broker who sold us the property.
They're not wanting to really,
They're
help
trying
us
to-
too much.
They're trying to brush it under the rug, but we're pursuing them and to see if we have any rights, the buyer's rights.
Yeah, because really, if you think about it, we bought a house that had electricity.
Right.
And when we got the keys, the house did not have any electricity. So
Right.
to me, that's a different product. We did not buy that. We bought a house with electricity, and we
Right.
got a house without electricity. We placed a police report.
Yeah, we placed a police report. He came in and took pictures. And he wrote up a report, and we also are talking with we had the house inspected, and we knew it was a fixer-upper and you buy it as is, but
Yeah,
it
'cause
had
was an abandoned
electricity,
home.
and so we're talking to our home inspector. We're in the process
To
of
see
that
if
also.
he knew of the electricity being on.
Yeah, because he was in the attic also.
Yeah.
So
Wondering if he saw that or not, you
Right.
know, and did not write that up, or we don't know. There's just so many ifs.
and then we have a real estate lawyer that we are going to talk to.
Yeah, real estate attorney,
Yeah.
in
But,
hopes that he might be able to at least show us what we can do, what our
Right.
rights might be,
Right.
because we just feel like our hands are tied right now.
Right.
You know, where do we go from here?
Right. And we know we've already turned it over to the
Yep.
Lord,
Yep, he's
and
got this.
we know He's in control. So
We're not worried at all.
No.
It's a
we-
little frustrating.
sure.
It's
but
kind of a
we-
gut punch, you know,
we,
but
we cast all our cares
Yep.
on Him,
Yep.
and He'll direct our paths.
yep.
So, we're not worried about
Yep.
that. So we're just
Just
we're
hoping
just kind
to know
of
what to do
yeah,
now.
we're trying to recover from the shock,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of hard because
we'll get through it. And
yeah, and just knowing that what the one electrician said, that it could be close to $15,000 just to do the house, and then we need to get the well house and then
barn.
the barns up. I
Right,
mean,
right.
that kind of money is not something that we have, you know.
not allocated for that.
No. So anyway, we appreciate your prayers and we thank you for your kind words. We know that the Lord's in control, and we thank you for encouraging us because
Right.
Mama's been a little down here.
Yeah,
Mama's has been, and
Yeah,
lots
this-
of people have offered their shoulders, and I so
Yes.
appreciate it because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this is just a little setback,
Well,
a bump
it's a
in the
bump
road,
in the road.
a big bump,
Yeah, it's
but
a
we'll
big
get
bump.
over
It's
it.
not a little one, but we
Yeah,
feel
we-
like, you know, we've gone one step forward and five
Yeah,
steps back.
Right,
But, you know,
we've
we're going to catch back up there.
we've
and,
been trying to think of planting and gardening.
yeah,
and,
we're a
but
little slow with
we
that
have
because
a,
now it's just like, how are we going to plant anything?
yeah,
But we do have plans to at least get some things in the ground. So anyway, guys, we just wanted to share this with you and show you the extent because we had told you what happened, but we wanted to show it to you. So anyway, guys, for those of you that are new, this is not norm.
No.
This is not the norm. We have bought an abandoned
But,
farm,
yes.
and so we are trying to get that up and running. And
Right.
so there are going to be hurdles,
right,
and this is a big hurdle that we're going to have to try to
right,
get across.
right. But we'll make it.
Yeah, but
But-
join us in this journey because it's going to
Yes.
get better. We know
Right.
it.
It has
There's
to
a
get
light
better.
at the end of the tunnel.
Yes. Uh-huh.
But anyway, guys, thank you for coming along. Thank you for encouraging us. We love you guys, and
Yes.
we will catch you on the next one.
Yes. God bless you.
God bless you.